glad you can join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Looking at Toronto, they want to turn it around after the loss to Charlotte at the Time Warner Cable Arena. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scola. Then there's Lowry. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Carroll in at the 3 slot.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
O'Neal is screen on Lowry. It's Westbrook with the drive. Nowitzki against Scola. Shot clock at 6. Nowitzki kicks to O'Neal, and he jams it with authority.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher, there's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
Stolen by O'Neal. Here's LeBron. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Now here is Lowry. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Clock is at 3. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. Gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. LeBron with it. Picked up by Joseph. Smith wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Lowry passes to Carroll. Can they get it? And he lays it up and in.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
Now, here's Lowry. 9-point game his last outing.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Westbrook. 11 points for him in that last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Out to Smith. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable 3-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide. And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a 3-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Free throw good, Nowitzki. Raptors trail by 12. Now here is Lowry. Mozgov dishes to Patterson. For 3, Ross. No good. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. And a chance to hear from point guard Kyle Lowry about the chemistry of this Raptors team. They're all pulling in this.
You know, we got a group of guys who came in and bought into the offensive system.
The question is whether or not that team unity, as rare as it is making a difference for the Raptors. Does it make Kyle Lowry any better? Do they just give it more time?
You know, you could argue it both ways, Kevin, because it's worked both ways. I mean, teams that couldn't stand one another have won rings, and so have tight-knit groups who were really close. So there's really no magic formula. I think there's a little bit of art to go with the science in that.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
They've been a well-oiled machine offensively thus far.
They've kept the ball moving, Greg, and their opponents chasing after it. That's how they've piled up all the points.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 spot. Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And I'll tell you what, I don't see any sign of them slowing down.
Johnson against Durant. Wallace with a screen for Durant. Kicks it to Wallace. Harden has a wide open look. Wide open shot is on the money.
Listen, guys, James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA, arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Greg was just talking about. They had a stat which combined three-pointer made and three-point makes created with the pass. Harden was first, and Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful in terms of breaking down those analytics, but I tell you what, he does a great job of attacking and finding teammates for threes. I can put it simply that way.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Damari Carroll's checked in for Johnson, and Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. Offensively, he wants them to work the ball around. He stressed the need to find good shots, not quick shots. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Right side Curry. Outside for Durant. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing, and that's good off the glass that time.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Raptors trail by 13. And Joseph kicks to Carroll. Patterson, the screen. The shot by Carroll, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And Bryant gets it to go.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Carroll against Smith, puts it up from 12. Bryant with the rebound. Gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. And stolen by Patterson. Now Ross. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. 44 seconds left in the first half. Durant with some nice D.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Ross, and it's sent back by Nowitzki, and that one's good. Carroll's got 6. 20 seconds left now here in the second. It's Durant on the wing. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Patterson, the screen. Deep two from Ross. It could go. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The home team.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You have to like what we're seeing from J.R. Smith.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
They've got Smith. Shaquille O'Neal is up.